The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Now, Basil Chapman.
Good morning, everyone. Basil Chapman here. This is the Monday, December the 2nd edition, and we're looking at the Dow. I was asked the other day, how many shows do you think you've done at TFNN since 2003? I don't know, but we're figuring out that it must be 6,000 shows. So that means there must be an equal number of newsletters, right? Wow. All right, so 44,722 is the Dow right now, down 190. I said just subscribe to my opening call. We're still long, but I said we're not going to do anything yet. We might even add a trading position for the rest of the week because I think there'll be a pullback today, and we could have just a possible run up to a leg C and then a D by maybe Friday. And then I think you got to be careful. That's the way I'm looking at it right now. And it's already a very selective and very mixed market at this particular time. Look at this. The S&P is up 6.8 at 6,039.30. And it's in leg C, gone to an all-time high. But you can tell that there's something going on here that's a little bit different. And I'll go through it in a few moments. But what I am looking at here is the QQQ has gone to a leg D underneath the previous high of 514.66. However, that is, I said F/A. Everything about it is suggesting that it is really, that was like the other charts that had a big spike up from the November low, that this was really an A. And then it pulled back, and now underneath it, it's got an A, a B filled in the gap. C pulls back by sharply and had a very strong 2 sessions Friday. And even today, up 4.59 at 514.35, getting very close to that high. And at 1 penny above, at 514.67, starts leg D in the weekly chart. Another reason why I'm saying, I think we're getting a little bit toppy here. IWM. Oops, IWM, let me type it in over here. IWM is trading down. So this is the Russell 2000. It was a real favorite for quite a while. Then it wasn't a favorite back in the mid-November part. Then it became a favorite back in 244.98, all-time high. All-time high before was 244.46. It goes, what is that, 50 cents higher. Am I correct? Yeah, 50 cents higher, makes an all-time high, and now it's taking a bit of a breather. And I've got this as a leg E in the weekly chart. This is going to be very interesting because I've got it as peak E in the daily chart. In Chapman methodology, when you get to D, you got to be careful. That's when you look for other things. That's where you can recycle higher. That's where you can have your sharpest low. But what's really important is within the context of the overall market, the technicals of the daily chart of the IWM are still pretty good. The weekly chart is very good, and the monthly chart is continuing to be very good. So I'm anticipating that there will be higher highs. How it unfolds this week is going to be very important because today was important. If there was a push above 244.98 by 1 penny, it would start a leg F, but I could then call it an F/B, and that'll be in line with the Dow. I got to watch this closely. When the letters start to have a divergence between all the different indices, that means you got to watch very closely because you're getting, and this is what I wanted to get to, you're getting to a point where there was a broadening out of the market because the small caps were participating, but you were getting a narrowing in the tech sector. And now you've got that rotation. For instance, I think Apple's at an all-time high. 237.23 was the high back in July, pulls back sharply, then goes to 237.49. These double tops are amazing. The 9-period moving average in the weekly chart is still very strong. So what happens? It goes to a higher high today, 239.83. So this is what I'm saying, that there's a rotation going on. You've got Microsoft still kind of lagging. was lagging. Our Microsoft is up 4.48, 427.94. Now that's what I was talking about. If there's going to be a rotational correction here, a high level correction, meaning that some stocks that have been leading take a bit of a breather, but others in the same category, like Microsoft in the category of the Dow, the S&P, the QQQ, it's just XLK. It's just been a very important component and just been lagging. All of a sudden, it's got some life to it, and we'll see if that's going to continue here. And maybe, I don't know what IBM is doing. IBM did really well going into the high of October, 237.37 all-time high, slumps down to just over 200, and then has a peak A, B, C, D. And there it is at a peak D, taking a little bit of a breather, down $1.09 today. And this is one of those, this is in the category of morphing from an absolute has-been to a leader, especially in AI and certain other areas. And look at this, doing very nicely. All right, look at that monthly chart, peak D, wow, a peak E in the weekly chart. So that's what I mean by some of the leaders. Maybe we'll take a little bit of a breather here. Now, let me just finish up with these. Did that. So I want you to look at the SMHs. SMH is the semiconductor ETF, and that's the composite with key semis. Look at that, Chapman Inside Track, Propel and Zone. And this is what I was saying to subscribers over the weekend when I did my, what was it, Thursday, I think I did, my weekend overview, is that we're looking at some areas that are not breaking down, they're holding sideways and actually have the potential to push a little higher, like Microsoft, like SMHs right now. Look, they're up 4.8 at 246 or 247. That's nice action from the inside track Propel and Zone. So we'll see. I think they will stall very soon, and that's why I say to subscribers, I'm not ruling out that we don't jump into the SOXS at some point. That's the 3 times short, or maybe just go short the SMHs. We'll see, but not yet. All right. AMD appears to have a solid bottom for now. Solid bottom. We've got AMD. I wouldn't call that a solid bottom. I'd say it's trying to bottom. It is up 3.77 and 140.95. Nice action. It really needs to get to 145 plus. And then I'll say, hey, that's a nice shorter term bottom. Okay. So yeah, that's what we're looking at. I wanted to just did that. Yeah. So look at this. Here's the GDX. Very poor action. Down 74 cents to 36.92. Let me put this together. You know what I've been saying? That I always put gold together with Middle East conflagration. I've done it for decades and decades and decades. I'm originally from South Africa, so I've always watched gold or, participated in some kind of form of gold. But now look at this, down 13 at 2667. What about this? What about GD, which is GD? Hey, how about this? General Dynamics going from the 315s just 3 weeks ago, now at 276. How about Raytheon? Down today, down $2 at 119. Yeah. Look at LMT. There we go. LMT is Lockheed Martin. Down on the 200-period moving average at 520 after being at 620. I'll be back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
TFNN has launched The Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
So I did forget, I shouldn't have, because we're in this, I did forget to show you the Bitcoin. Bitcoin right now is trading at, BTC is down, it was down as much as 3,000 earlier on. It's now down 420, holding really well. And you remember I've got this, I wrote it in here, Chapman Wave Cup and Ladle pattern. It goes to D. It's gone to a C. It should go to a D just above the previous high. Continuous contract is at 100,420 on the 22nd. Right now it's trading at 97,925, down 440. I think it should just sneak above that. Then I think we've got to be careful. Kind of matches what the market's doing. So a question came. I didn't finish silver. Silver is trading, down 19 cents at 30,000, 30. Someone would wish it was 30,000, 30.91. Right on the 200-period moving average, I said we can expect that, and it's done that. And the fact that it's gone there and it's still not showing strength is not a good sign. It needs to get to the 32.25. And then I'll say, finally, it's getting some traction. But it hasn't done that, and that's not good. So this is what I want you to do. A question came in. I missed it earlier on. There it is. Basil, happy Monday. Please review Vuzi. I added on the 1126 shakeout, starting to get an itchy clicking finger. Thanks. Weekly seems to want 350s, though. Patience time. So this is one that I followed for years. Never done anything with it, and it's always been intriguing. I think they do the glass. Oh my goodness, look at that! They do something with the glass, smart glasses. I'd written in. I remember that was GLW. Do you remember GLW back in the .com era? And that had this incredible move. Oh, it's had an incredible move here. That's Corning Inc. doing well. So let's go back to Vuzi. And I like that theme. So this is a theme I'm liking right now. I'm going to write it down as something that I'm going to follow a little closer. Vuzi plus GLW. There's another one I just can't remember offhand. So question is, it just shot up to leg C. And it's funny because this is one over the weekend, because I always write these down small caps underneath, under $10 that show up in my screening list. It showed up about a week or so ago in the 1.51, and I thought, I've got other things that we're looking at. I don't want to start messing with the $1.51 stock. Well, it's now almost double. It's at 2.95. So this is what I'm looking at. If you go to the weekly chart, now some people don't touch stocks that are under $10. They just don't do that, and that's fine. I respect that. I'm all over the show. I love stocks that are single digits. I love stocks. I just, whatever the chart pattern says, if it's very favorable, it's on my list. And I'm beginning to, I now see that I've got some subscribers that say, look, we don't care if it's a Philip Morris or anything that has a morality to it. We're in the market to earn money. And if I want, I'll take that money and I'll donate it to the cause that is opposing to what the stock does. So I've decided I will put in, and people can make their own choices, stocks that are maybe unfavorable. And I don't want to mention any offhand right now. Some come to mind, but I'm just going to leave it at that. And what I am going to say is that, how did I get to that? Well, I'll skip that. Vuzi is not one of those because this was purely in an area that seems to be in favor right now. So I've got it as by the end of December, it should tag. It's better if it closes over, but it's okay if it just tags at 3.65, the high that was made the week of the 3rd of November. So that's 3.65, I think I said 3rd of November. Okay. So, and that was last year, a year ago. It's exactly a year ago. So it's formed this base, and when a base is formed and then suddenly there's an acceleration to the upside like there is here, then you can't really make the midpoint at the base because the base is so lopsided. You've just taken a far less number of bars, in this case weeks, to get to close to the previous high. So what I do is I ignore that and I draw in my left side, right side price time match that I have to a particular candle or a trough or a peak. And then I go to here to the left side. I choose that and it says, okay, so the next resistance over the coming weeks will be this Chapman Wave inside wedge, dash green, rising, target resistance line, and that will be this week, it'll be at 336, and next week it goes a little higher until it gets to 365. Now, that's not to say it has to wait a few weeks to get there. It could do that today, it could do it tomorrow. It means in this time period, expect that there's going to be a chance to get to the 365. It's in leg C in the daily. It's a little, this was the weekly right chart right here. I wanted to say that I have nothing in the weekly chart other than it is a leg A. It's done very nicely as a leg A, but if you look at this chart, a stock that was once in the 33s, slumping down to the single digits almost. What was that low? Oh my. The low was 85 cents on the 15th of November. I'm going to put that in. Yeah, so this is showing life. And I like the fact that there's been consistency in the buying. It hasn't just tanked, moved up and then tanked because it's just either a news-related thing. This looks like it's concerted buying. I like it. This is the kind of stock that says to me, you could space your buys. Maybe if you were lucky enough to get it down low and down, I think you did get it much lower, then you've got a really good cushion. You might get some taken out, but also some part of it has to be trading. Some part of it is long-term because this has the look of it's called Vizix Corporation, VIZU is a symbol, at 2.87, and trading right now up 56 cents. That's huge. I mean, that's 23%. That's because it's a very low-priced issue. Okay. So that's what I'm looking at. I would just say to you, the 232 to 222 area will be a really important support because if it only gets to test that support in about a week or two after going much higher, that is important. But if it does it right now, it says, oops, whatever the news was, it hasn't got the veracity. At this point, it's looking really good. I could go to the 120-minute chart. I'm not. I'm just going to say, hey, I don't want to mess around. You eyed this. You correctly got the position. I like it. I like it, and it fits in the category of thematic material that we are in right now. And thematic material says S&P want to know about coin. That's thematic as well. That's in the Bitcoin area. It has gone sideways, and I do consider that was a peak B. It should go higher now. It could have a big turn down and then go back up, but it's holding well. Coinbase Global Inc. The last high was back in the somewhere around 358 area. It plummeted down to, oh my goodness, to the, what was that? It plummeted down to, good grief, 30. And here it is at, 309? I don't know if I'm looking at, yeah, I can't believe the numbers. Yeah, so this is still holding quite well. I'll be right back.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Tiger Technicians Hour is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Yes. So, HIMX. Let me just go there because we used to have this once upon a time. HIMX. I think that had something to do with monitors. I haven't got it updated. HIMX Technologies. Yeah. It's a Monster Glass, GLW, Vuzi expanded, OSHA contract today, Basil. HIMX is the other. Okay. So HIMX is up 8 cents at 548. It's not as good looking a chart at all. We once had this a long time ago and had a really nice gain with it. 2021, going to the high of 2021. Then we never got back in. Just watched it come down, went to the 18s, and then it plummeted down to the 5s and 4s. Yeah, maybe it's starting another mover. So here's a good question. Basil, how do I look at NVIDIA intraday? Let's just go to NVIDIA and the time frames that we've got here. So that made a peak, did 152.89 and pulled back very sharply into the 130s, and now it's at 138.98, up 66 cents at 138.88. The weekly chart, I don't think I updated. No, I didn't. Is that a peak? It doesn't look to me like it. I think it extended. So 149.65, 149.77.65. So this went to a peak, a very quick D to E, and that cannot be an instant restart because it pulled back sharply, and it's pulled back. So how do I look at NVIDIA intraday? On the 30-minute chart, at this moment, I see NVIDIA in leg B. Correct. But in the 15-minute chart, peak E, each time frame has different Chapman wave. How do I make a decision on the stock with these different findings, depending on the time frame when looking at the stock intraday? All the best, Eddie. Eddie, remember, time frames are the same, have the same parameters, regardless of whether you're looking here at the daily. Look, the daily is giving you a short-term sell signal at 152.89 at peak D. The weekly has gone to an E, and it says, you've got to be careful. It looks like there's going to be a bit of a struggle here because they very quick D to E and a pullback, testing the 14-period moving average, but nothing is technically weak in terms of the 914. But wait a minute, the MACD pulled back, and the stochastics now under 80%. Those are criteria that are important. The most important is the 914. Look at the monthly chart, a spectacular move up to leg E at 152.89. 9 is way over the 4. Price is way over the 9. MACD is good. Stochastics at 85%. Good. Unbalanced volumes are overbought. Aha. So what am I looking at? So now I go exactly the same. So that could be 1 minute, 10 minute, 1 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute. Or it could be any different stock, but you're looking at it in short, medium, long-term positions. So now let's go and see what we've got here. So I'm just, for the moment, this is not what you asked me, but this is what I've got. I've given NVIDIA, I put it into my 1 minute chart, and it made a peak A, B, C, a double top C1, C2, and it's pulled back. That's the 1 minute chart. The 5 minute chart had a really nice move to the upside, going from 136.50 all the way to 140, about 140.46, and now it's at 139.17 with the 9-period moving average still strong. The 10 minutes, so here we go, daily, weekly, monthly, but it's 1 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute. The 10 minute had a really strong move that I often call, it could be like a single leg A to the upside, and then it fails. Well, it hasn't failed yet because the 9 is still strong over the 14. So this is what you were looking at. I don't want to change anything right now to the 15. I'll give you the 10-minute chart, and this is what I've got. The 10-minute, oops, I did it wrong because I did it so quickly. That was not the low. That was at 132.01, 131.88 was the low. So all of this is wrong. Don't ever be afraid to change things. The whole idea is to get your notation correct. I just did this so quickly. I usually get it right, but that was a mistake, big mistake. So this is now, that's A, That is B. That is C. Remember, you were looking at the 15-minute chart. I didn't want to change anything right now just for this study. So I've got this. It comes out to the same thing. So it went to a peak E above the 200-period moving average. And look how it's treating this as a springboard. And it does. It goes bing to the upside. But here's the clue. Just on the left, you see the way the 1-minute chart has been pulling back to the 200-period moving average? See the way that the 5-minute chart, we did it just a moment ago, had this big move up. It was like a leg A and then a B, and then it kind of stalled. So I do this. It depends on your time frame. For instance, if you were in this early in the morning, right at the very first opening at 138.83, and it popped like that, and then it stalled, I would have taken a little bit off. That's the way I treat it, because I'm looking at it intraday. But I don't know what your time frame is. So if you're looking at the 30-minute, and you were absolutely correct, let me go to the 30-minute, have a look at this. It'll be different because I have different things in different charts. Look, the 30-minute says, ooh, cancel. Did I do something wrong? I did. So let's do that. There you are. Yeah, 30 minutes said, you got to be careful with your wave count. Make sure that you absolutely count every peak. So that was 134.57, 134.60. So that's still a leg A. That becomes A, and you were 100% correct because you sent this to me as you were calling it a leg B. But now it's a peak B because we've had two 30-minute bars, and now it's confirmed. No, yes, it has. It's confirmed that high that was made at 140.45 had a fractionally lower high right there at 140.37. So if you're looking at the 30-minute, it's imperative to stick with the rules that you have. Well, my rule is as long as that 9-period moving average is holding well, I want to stay with this position if the 30-minute is my guide. I could be taken out, but, I mean, if you haven't got a rule, you haven't got a rule. So my rule is that I will stay there. But here's when it changes, because I'm using a shorter term. You use the 15, I've got the 10. Look at that pullback. It looks like, remember I used the expression at the opening, the single leg A to the upside that can fail. And that says, be careful, because this has got a single leg A to the upside, even though it's a 10-minute bar, and is plummeting down, even though the 9 hasn't crossed under the 14. So I need to talk about this because it fits into the category of why we are long and we are staying long, and we've added to long positions, but we're going to start very soon.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening Call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn. and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Hi, folks, so we're back. So, Eddie, this is what I want you to point out. For my subscribers, when we have gains, we're always taking a little bit off. I always say a tad. Why? Because you want money management. You want to control the stock. You don't want it to control you. At some point, it's going to control you, but you want to do the best you can. So if you mentioned a 30-minute chart, you didn't mention 1, 5, and 10. You mentioned 15 and 30. That tells me that you're looking at the bigger picture. And that just, intraday, that is. And that just says to me that, look, that 9-period moving average in the 5-minute chart for a moment slipped to pink, and now it's back to green. The 9-period moving average in the 10-minute chart is still green. In the 30-minute chart, it didn't even budge. Look, in the 30-minute chart, it just says, well, what are you talking about? I'm looking good. So that's what I would say to you. So I'd use the smaller time frame to take a little bit off, and then if it turns around like it seems to be turning around right here, I would add that part back, or part of that, in other words, money management. But I would stay with my rule that I'm looking at a 30-minute chart. I've got a starting point here. There's your up arrow way down here at the 130 or 131-ish area, whatever that is. Let me give you the exact figure. 131.88. It's gone to a peak A. I probably would have used a phantom peak here and called that a phantom peak, and then gone to a B and then a C, saying, I know it's a phantom peak, but if it goes to a C, I want to start my money management there again as if it was a D, and we'll see what happens. Okay. So meantime, it's only at a B, and I just let it play out, and I'd have to have a stop. So if you hadn't been stopped out from the entry point, or if some of it had, I would put that part into your stop, the core position. So you've made a little money. I'd put that money, a part of that money, so that you just widen the stop a little bit, because so far everything looks good. Will it stay good? You never know. But technically, MACD is good. Stochastic did pull back under 80% and 75%, 70% right now. No, 75. So that makes me a little nervous. On balance, volume has been kind of weak, so you've got to put that in. So I would take, as soon as you've got a profit, I would take something off. And then I'd have to let this play out, because that was the idea, right? And I would also have a stop. And if you stopped out, you stopped out. But look at this. What's the objective is to go from a buy signal to a buy mode, and to get to at least four higher peaks, peak D. Let's see what we've got here. 30-minute chart. There's your peak A. There's your peak B. There's your peak C. There's your peak D. It pulls back and then has one big spike to an E. You might have been out at D if that was your objective, but that 9-period moving average, look, it allowed you to hold it for quite a while. So what I'm saying to you is it depends on what you are doing, what your objective is. So I would use a shorter time span to take something off, and then I see if it's able to hold. So far it's holding, but will it or not? Look, the 5-minute chart now, the 9-period moving average has turned pink. It's pink in the 1-minute chart, but still green in the 10-minute chart. So you just got to stick with your rules. So different time frames have different for your objectives, but really they're telling a different story. So the one says that was a darn big pullback from that high that was made right there at 140.37, all the way down to intraday trading to 138.30. But now it's starting to heal itself, and we'll see what happens after this. And if that 5-minute S goes back to green and L, meaning it flips back to positive, then you can see maybe 139.45. Well, so that's all you have to do. You've got your rules, and you stick with your rules. I hope that helps. We'll do a little more with that maybe tomorrow. You can send me what you're looking at as an intraday player, and we'll do it right here live. It's fun to do. Now, what we've got is in the 1-minute chart, look, we did this double top right here. The 9's very strong 1 minute on the E-mini. The 9 is over the 14. The 10-minute is still fabulous. I'm looking at this and I'm embarrassed to say that I got in at 6,041 earlier this morning. But because I was doing my newsletter and all, I thought, okay, I should treat it as if it's a possible 2-click session. But I got out. I got out early, but getting out is fine. And the 9-period moving average was green all the way through. And where are we? Yeah. So we've gone to a peak D, and now we're double topping, testing the double top area, and we'll see what happens next. All right, let's go back to our story. I hope that helps you. But remember, know the time frame that you're working in, and you're looking at the bigger. You weren't looking at 1, 10, 1, 5, and 10. You were looking at 15 minutes and 30 minutes. So try to stick with that formula because it'll work very well once you know that your guiding post is your 15 and the 13 and the 30 minutes is the benefit of whatever happens in the 15. Okay? So let's go on. I've got a question here about ASML. So ASML, that's in the semiconductor area. Whoops, ASML, there it is. This is ASM Holdings. I can't remember. I don't think it's American-based. I think it's a Singapore. I don't know where it is. Anyway, it's at up 128 at 687. Sorry, it's forming a base that's attempting to make a slow U-shape. There's so many charts that look like this, and it just says all you can do is wait for the 9-period moving average to cross positive. The MACD is already positive. That's a good sign. And the stochastic's weak at 48%. You really want to see it at 58 to 63% as it moves up. Yeah, and this is leg B. Now this could be considered, let me just put this in, Chapman wave. No, it can't be a restart because it made a lower low. So this is brand new, leg B. And if the 200-period moving average in the monthly chart is where it's been testing for 5 weeks, actually 7 weeks. And all I can say is that unless this really gets to the 718 area, that's 30 points higher than where it is right now, I just consider it in a digestive phase. So yeah, look, they're all doing the same thing. And I think that the semis are telling us that we're about to hit some kind of a pocket of resistance in the general market. I'm anticipating that in this December period, we see some kind of a dip, and it'll be a surprise. It'll come when everybody's getting quite bullish, and this is what I'm looking at, and it'll be around about a peak D in the Dow. We'll see what happens. So you can see, look, there's semiconductor, AMD starting to pull back, NVIDIA from the high, is now only up 42 cents in the daily chart. Yeah, just be careful. All right, so we've got a break coming up, then one more segment. Oh, I wrote down a whole bunch of things that I want to look at. I forgot to look down because I had so many questions. I'll be back in a moment. Basil Chapman, Tiger Nation. Oh, FXI. As we go to the break, this is the Chinese going nowhere, down 12 cents to 30.18. I'll be right back.
The consistency you're looking for is closer than you think. One or two adjustments are usually all you need to change your equity curve from red to green and keep it there. Come join Larry Pesavento live to learn what separates the winners from the losers. Join Larry Pesavento on the second and fourth Friday of every month for 3 hours of live trading from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Time, where Larry will show you the market setting up and, most important of all, the state of mind of a winning trader. By watching Larry trade, you'll learn the Fibonacci levels, you'll learn how to apply A to B to C to D trading patterns, you'll learn trade management, pattern recognition, and much more. Join Larry October 11th and 25th for more live trading action. Your purchase goes towards 2 sessions, so make sure to sign up now so you don't miss a chance to sit next to Larry as he trades the market live. For all information and to reserve your spot today, go to the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
We're about to run out of time, so I had a couple of questions. One of which, by the way, Jeff, what symbol did I have for the name of the company that I have typo? Anyway, so Gap Store. So I'll do this tomorrow. I don't have time now. I want to go through a bunch of these with the RTX, the different retail store ETF, or the XRT. But this has gone to a nice recovery high. The Gap up today, and the Gap 25.73 up $1.48. Leg C. Whoops. Let me just do this real quickly. So this is A, B, C, D. Is this a brand? Yep, there's a brand new A, and that's a brand new B. Yeah, this is looking good. So some of these stores, it looks like they're going to do pretty well in this Christmas season. I'll do more, but I must say that the support in the 23 should be very strong for Gap. In the meantime, let me just wrap it up, and I wanted to say a couple of things. Number one is I'm still bullish. We don't have any shorts, although some areas look like they could be shorts, but I just haven't set them up yet. There will be a divergence at some point. So the Dow's down 131. I think it's still going to go to a C, leg C, then a peak C. So that takes 2 days. Then a leg D, and then a peak D, and that takes another at least minimum 2 days. So that takes me to Friday or Monday, and that's where I think I'll be looking at saying, okay, are we about to make some kind of a top? Look, the S&P has gone to a leg C, so that should still go to a D, and then it could go to E and F, joining the highs of the Dow. Look at the QQQ, that still could go to an all-time high above 514.66. It's actually much better today, up 4.13 at 513.87. And the IWM is the one that was doing well. Now it's just suddenly stalled. We have 2 positions. We've taken a little bit off, but meantime, we want to keep this position. I think it's getting, so far, it looks like it wants to go higher. So in the meantime, back of the range, I'm worried that the bonds might slip, but right now everything looks like I've got a buy signal in place, and it is a leg D. I don't get called into buy mode. I have to wait for a day or two, but it's acting much better with yields going down. So with that said, I'm going to hand you over to Steve Rhodes. Should be a great show.